Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial video. And in this video I'm gonna be teaching you how to design a website from scratch. I'm gonna be taking you from a very beginner level to a professional level, so we are starting from the very stage one. Like, if you have never coded before in your life, this is the very first video you need to watch. This will get you started, and please, you can't afford to miss any part of this video, because after this video I'm going to be posting the next video. That's the next thing you need to learn after this first step. So this is different from a normal random YouTube video that you just watch and learn randomly. This is a step-by-step tutorial. I'm starting this fresh now because I want to teach you how to become a web developer, right from being a front-end developer to a full-stack developer. So please, if you are just watching this video for the first time, or if you are just visiting my channel for the first time and you are yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon so that you won't miss my next video. It's gonna be great. And at the end of this video, at the end of this chapter of this video, and before you conclude this video, you will be a proud web developer and you can get a job as a full stack developer. This is your very first chance. This is your very first step. This is the very first thing you need to know. And I remain Ogundimu Olumide Olalekan, the CEO and founder of Microsoft Technologies, and I'm glad to tell you that this video is proudly sponsored by Microsoft Technologies. You can check out our website by visiting www.microsoft.com. You can also follow us on Instagram for our latest post by typing Microsoft_tech. Likewise on our Facebook. Alright, I want to use this medium to appreciate all our YouTube subscribers. You guys are doing well. You are, in fact, I was just really surprised, seeing my subscribers turning up. I just want to say a big thank you to you, a big shout out to you. Thank you for subscribing. Keep subscribing, and one love. I love you guys, and I'm even doing this video for you based on so many requests. I want to learn coding. How do I get started? This is the very first video you need to watch, and please don't miss it, and don't miss the next part, please. And I'm going to be creating a WhatsApp group. And at the end of this video I'm going to post the WhatsApp group link so that you can join the WhatsApp group and probably ask a question. But you can also ask a question in this comment section as well, or anything you want me to do. But I'm starting from scratch, from the stage one. All right. It's not going to take time. I'm going to be splitting this video, so it's going to be series. Yes, I don't want to bore you. You understand? This is the first time of you coding, and this is what you need to know, right? All right. What are those things you are going to need to become a programmer? The first thing, you need the what? You need a laptop. You need a PC. You understand? Please, you need a PC. Please, it's advisable to use a PC. I don't really buy the idea of coding with your phone. I don't really buy the idea, though you can do that. And if you still want some apps that you can use to code on phone, I can recommend some to you. But please, for the sake of this class, we are not here to joke. We are here to become a developer. You understand? So let us mean business. Get a PC. Get yourself a PC, whether a laptop or a desktop. Just get yourself one. That's one. The second thing you need to have is probably you need internet connection. Yes, because sometimes you might need to get some images online. You might need to attach some third parties, frameworks, all those things. You need internet, but it's not all the time. We are going to be doing most of your work offline. You understand? And probably you're going to be downloading some stuff online as well, some tools, because you are a first-time developer. You are a fresh developer, and I'm going to teach you to become a full-stack developer. Coding is fun. Don't let anybody discourage you. You don't have to know mathematics. You don't have to be a nerd in mathematics before you start coding. You understand? You can get it. If you know 2 plus 2, you can code. If just basic math is okay. Don't let anybody scare you. Okay. All right. And okay, what are those things we need? I said we need a PC. Yes, and we also need what? You need internet connection. And the third thing we need is what? Your dedication. As a matter of fact, coding is fun, but it's not easy. you might be discouraged, you know, when you see bugs and all those things, you might be discouraged, but don't worry, you are going to get it. It's fine. You need your dedication, and that is what, yeah, dedication is there. Yeah, that's it. And another thing you are going to be needing after getting your PC and whatever is you are going to need a text editor. You understand? You know, at least you want to write your code, there's a place you are going to type it, just like your MS Word or whatever. But when it comes to coding, in order to make life very easier, you understand, there are a lot of note editor, text editor that you can use for coding. But please, so that we can be on the same page, for the sake of this class, I'm going to be recommending Visual Studio Code. That's the tools I'm going to be recommending, Visual Studio Code. And in order to get that, please let us quickly go to our browser. Let's go to our browser. I'm using Google Chrome, please. That's one of my favorite browsers. I'm using Google Chrome, and you know, so if you go to your Google Chrome, that's why I say you need internet, right? So just search for VS Studio, right? Or just type VS Code. Yeah, VS Code. You understand? Just type VS Code on Google. Yeah, that's it, right? The very first one with the link code.visualstudios.com, you understand? That's what you should click on, right? It's a code editing software, and that is where we are going to be writing our code. That's what we are going to be using to write our codes. You understand? So just click on it. Now I'm using a Windows system and it's showing download for Windows. If you are using a Mac system, it's going to give you the option to download for Mac, and you can as well click on the drop down to choose whether you want to download for Mac OS or Windows or Linux. But automatically it's going to get the system that you are using to solve the internet. Right, fine. I already have my VS Code here, so I'm going to download. Just click on download and it's very easy to install. But please, you know, for the sake of this class, I'm not going to be talking much on Visual Studio, but there are a lot of things you need to know on Visual Studio, like maybe extensions and all those things. I'm going to do a separate video on how to set up your Visual Studio. I'm going to do a separate video. I don't want to alter this class. This is for coding, so I'm going to do a separate video. So, and just watch out. That's why I said you need to subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon so that you are not going to miss any of my video. Because if you miss a step out of this video, this is just part 1. If you miss the part 2 and you start watching part 3, you might not get it again. Please, I'm devoting my time to impact this knowledge, you understand? And this is my own stream of income. I work as a software developer, you understand, and you know, and it's fun, and you know, it's fun, you understand, and you know, see yourself creating softwares and all those things. It's fun. Seriously, you are solving problems, and at the same time you are making money. All right, let's download. After downloading your Visual Studio, then let us quickly open the Visual Studio. Let's see how it looks like. Oh, this is a project I was working on before. I'm just going to start everything afresh here. So let me just close everything so that we start afresh. I'm just going to open my Visual Studio now. Alright, just to see how it goes. Right, open it. Don't worry about the setup. For the setup and everything, I'm going to create another video for that. Okay, just stay tuned. This is how it's going to look like when you open your Visual Studio. This is how it's going to look like. Now this is how it's going to look like. Okay, now the very first thing you need to do in order to get started is to go to your desktop page, the desktop of your system, and you know, right click, and you click on new. You are creating a new folder, right? All right, so we are starting our project. Okay, so you call this folder any name you want, but I'm going to call my own what should we call it? I'll call it, let's call it my site. That's the name of the folder. Like, you can call it any name you want. So the first thing I did was that I go to my desktop. You go to your desktop computer, and then you right click and you create a new folder. And that's the folder here. Can you see my mouse? That's the folder. Now that's the first thing you need to do. All right, now I said in this video we are starting from the scratch, and I'm going to be introducing you to the first thing you need to know, which is what? HTML. We are going to be talking about HTML in this video. All right, so, and I'm going to be showing you you know, what you need to know. Okay, that's cool. In order to get started now, you go to your Visual Studio Code. You go to your Visual Studio Code, and then you click on new file. Are you there? Can you see this new file here under the start? You click on new file. Don't forget the first thing is what? you create a folder on your desktop and you open your Visual Studio Code. You want to start coding, right? Then you click on new file. Okay, let's click on the new file now. What's going to happen? By the time you click on that new file, you see it's trying to tell you that select a language to get started. You don't even know the language you want to write, but right now we are going to be starting with HTML, which means hypertext markup language. It's an acronym for what? Hypertext markup language. HTML is just a markup language. It's not actually a programming language. It's the skeleton of the of your web site. You understand? You know, when you have a skeleton now, you don't have skin, you don't have color, you just skeleton, just the structure. And what's the meaning of skeleton? You know, skeleton is the bony framework of the body. Am I right? I don't know. Yeah. So that's it now. So with HTML, you get your skeleton, you get your bone and everything, but you know, it might not be fine, it might not have skin, it might not have flesh, but that's just what HTML is going to do for us. All right. So I'm not going to say much theory. I'm not going to give you much definition of HTML. You can easily Google search that. This is a practical class, but just go and read about HTML. Okay. All right. You know how to get started now. No, let me just come back again. I open my Visual Studio Code, and after opening the code, what did I do? I open my Visual Studio Code. Then I click on new file. Then after clicking on the new file, the next thing I need to do now is what? Click on file. This button that is there, that is up at top of your browser of your Visual Studio. Let me expand it. Click on this file. Can you see now? When you click on that file, what do you have there? You have new file, new window, whatever. Then you click on save. You want to save that particular page. You know, you just click on create new file, and this time without even writing anything, you want to save the word. You want to save the page, the file that you are creating now. If you want to save it now, please take note of this. Your very first page must be named index.html, or probably, yeah, if you don't want to do it like that, you can just write index. Then you under this plain text, under the save as type, click on that plain text and select HTML. Automatically it's going to give you the extension of what? Index.html. But the short form is once you put index.html, it's going to take the format. You understand? And mind you, that is the very first page of a website. Any page that you want to load for, like whenever I visit the browser, you want this page to come first. Definitely you have to name that page index.html. Whenever I load that particular URL, that page is going to load first. Okay, so that's it. Now where are we saving it now? We are saving it to that folder that we created on our desktop, which is you go to desktop, and the name of that folder is my site. Can you see? That's the folder I created on my desktop. You are see the file you created on your Visual Studio is what you are going to save in the folder you created on your desktop, which is called my site. I told you you can give it any name. So I'm just going to select it, and probably you can open it anyhow. Then you save this guy there. All right. Now let's go now. By the time you go minimize your VS Studio and you go to that your folder my site, by the time you open that site now, you see something inside. Now can you see something like that index that you actually saved? You can see now. If you look at the type now, Chrome HTML document, right? If you run it now, you see it's not going to have anything, right? Because you haven't started coding yet. Can you see now? If you look at the file now, user, you know, OneDrive desktop my site slash, you know, that's the folder my site, right? It's on desktop, it's on the folder my site, and then the file we are running here is index.html, right? Let's keep it, right? Now let's go back and close this guy. Now let's go back to our VS Code. Now when you get to your VS Code, what do you need to do? Well, you are getting back to that particular what's it called, that file, which is index.html. Now there's one thing we need to know. I told you I'm not going to give you definition, but one thing we need to know now is what we call the simple HTML document. How do you even write HTML? How do you even structure it? Now the very first thing you need to do is this, and the very first thing you need to do is this. You start with what they call tag. You understand what I'm saying now? You know, when you say tag now, a tag usually have one what's it called? It usually start with what? With an angle bracket. You understand this bracket? You know, when I because you are using VS Studio now, if I click on Shift and and use the less than sign, then you click on, you can see this doc type, but you can also type it by clicking on the exclamation mark, then DOCTYPE doc type. Automatically it's going to close the tag for you. Let's come again, please. You click on the word shift and press the less than sign, then you have this doc type, then you select it. You understand? Because we're using VS Studio, that's the very first thing you need to do. That's it now, right? And the next thing, you click on enter, you go to the next line. Can you see now line 2? We are trying to structure the HTML, like that page. How do we structure the HTML page? How do you even write it? That's what we are doing now. The first thing you need to do is what? Is to start it with what? An HTML tag. I told you a tag will start with what? Opening tag and what? And a closing tag. For example, now this is the tag now, HTML. If I click on this less than again and type HTML, because I'm writing HTML, so I'm going to do it like this, and you can see now it has what they call opening tag and what? And closing tag. How do you differentiate between opening and closing tag? This is HTML, but by the time I want to close it now, if you want to close it, let's go back again. You type that same left bracket, what's it called? Greater than, less than sign. Then you put this your slash, and you see it has already completed it for me, which is HTML. That is, I've already closed this tag. This is a tag. HTML is a tag, but it has opening and what? It also has ending. You understand? For the end, you just put slash there, and you have ended your HTML tag. Fine. Now this I'm going to explain the meaning of everything for you, but this is the HTML structure. So you start with what? Doc type HTML. Then the first thing you need to do again is what? Is the HTML tag. The word being the word in the bracket. In a kind of angle bracket, like a less than and greater than sign. Then the HTML will be inside it. You understand? Like this. Then the closing tag of the HTML will also be like this, but it's going to have a slash sign. After that again, what do we need to do? You know, after having your HTML tag, you know, you have the opening and the closing tag. The next thing you need to do is what? Is the head. The head is also a tag. I'm going to be explaining briefly to you what tags means and all those things. You understand what I'm trying to say now? I'm going to be explaining what it means to you, but let's first finish this stuff, right? Now, we have the head tag as well. Inside the head tag, you click on the less than sign again and write HEAD. You understand? Then you close it. Then after closing it again, automatically it's going to complete it for you, right? You know, inside the HTML, I have head. My document is HTML now, so everything you are going to be writing will be between this HTML opening tag and the closing tag. So now I have the head now inside. Now let me just bring that. Let me bring that now. So the head also have the opening tag and also have what? The closing tag. Can you tell me the difference between the opening and the closing tag? Just this slash sign before the head, before the write up. You understand? And that's it. Okay, fine. Can you now see now? My file is what? HTML. Inside the HTML, I have what? I have head. But inside the head, you know, let's take it as normal human being. I said HTML is just like a skeleton. It's a markup language. Now I have the head now, but inside the head, you are going to have so many things. Like inside your head, you know, you have your probably your head contain your eyes, your brain, all those things. So inside that my head tag now, inside of it, you know, I have the opening of the head and the closing of the head. All of them inside the HTML. But inside is my head tag now. I also need one thing which is called what? The title. Now your less than sign again and write title. TITLE. I'm going to be showing you a better way of doing this, but for the sake of this class, let's just do it like this. Can you see? By the time I type the greater than sign again, I also need to type out the less than sign again and put a slash and write the title again. So my title is also inside my what? My head. Are you with me now? And I'm going to be telling you what this means now. Alright, I'm just trying to tell you the HTML structure, how it looks like. Okay, after this my title, what I need to do again now, after the head, you come down. You know, that's what is going to be on the head. The title is what you're going to have on the head. After that, now you go back again, you click on enter. Under the head now, after the head, we have the body now. After your head, what do we have again? We have the body. So your body is not going to be on your head again, right? It's going to be under the head, right? So I'm going to write another tag again, which is the body, less than again. I write BODY. Then I'll close it with the greater than, and also open another closing tag, which is what? Less than again. I'll put a slash and write the body again. So that is HTML what? Structure. Alright. So I'm going to be explaining this to you, and I'm going to be explaining this to you now. But in my next video, I don't want to rush you. I'm going to be talking about the tags, HTML tags, and the attribute properly. You understand? I'm going to give you the definition, a kind of brief one. But now, for now, what do we mean by that doc type? What's it doing there? The doc type declaration defines that this document is an HTML document. Once you put this stuff here, this doc type, it tells us that yes, so this document that we are running is an HTML document. You understand it now? Then what does the HTML stand for? This first HTML stands for what? It stands for what? The root element of the HTML what? Page. The root element of what? Of the HTML page. Alright? And also the head. What does this head has to do with our document? The head contains the meta information about the HTML page. That's where you're going to have your site description. You see your title, your meta tags. In case of SEO, you know, the best web development software company in Nigeria, all those things, you have it on the head. Everything that your browser can use for what? For search engine optimization will be on your head. You understand? On the site head. Now, on the title now, you understand? It specifies the title for the HTML page, and it's going to be showing on the browser title. Now, on this particular page that we are now, I'm going to quickly give our site a title. Let us give it, you know, I'm inside the title. I want to name this our title, and I'm going to show you how it looks like on the browser. I'll just give it my first RST site. Can you see now? It's just inside this title. Then you click on Ctrl S, which is save. Alright. By the time you okay, my first site, let me give it title. Let me write title here, TITL, so that you can get what I'm saying very well. Now, if you go to your browser now, or probably minimize and go back to that your folder that you have on desktop, the my site. When you click on it, that index.html file that you have inside, just run it on the browser. Double click on it. Now you can see something like, let me quickly let me close all my tabs so that you can get what I'm doing better. Let me close all what I have here. Let me close what I have here now. I want to see now. Now, where is your title? Your title is the one showing here, my first site title. So when you click on, for example, now if you visit my site, our site www.lecrusoft.com, if you visit our site now, let's see if we have a title there. Can you see now? The title is showing here, Microsoft Technologies. That's the name of our site, and that's the title that we put on that same place. That you have your own here as my first site title, and you can see a logo here which is called Fabicon. We are going to be talking about that as we move on in this class. So this is our site. For those of you that you might want to check our site out, this is our website. Microsoft Technologies, they are the ones sponsoring this video. So we are into web development, software development, you know, school management softwares, enterprise solution, all those things. Just you know, you can just message us or visit our site. We are into brand design, graphic design, mobile app development, you know, SEO, whatever. So you can always check us out and, you know, give us your next project. All right, that's fine, that's cool. All right, let's leave that now. Let's go back to our site. So this is our title now, my first site title. It is showing on the very top of your browser, the same way we have Microsoft Technology showing here. You understand what I'm trying to say now? All right, let's go back now. How do we achieve this? Very simple. The HTML structure says doc type. After the doc type, you put what? Your HTML opening and closing tag. After that, okay, let me quickly write something here. This is the opening tag, but don't worry, I'm going to comment it later. So now, after the HTML opening and the closing tag, inside the HTML you have the head, which is also going to have the opening and the closing tag. You understand? Then inside the head you have your title, which you also have the opening and the closing. Then inside the title you can now give your site a title. You can give it the name of your brand or whatever. You understand? That's just it. All right. Okay, let's just quickly move to the body now. The body is going to contain the content of the site. Right, bro. The body is going to contain the content of the site. You understand? Fine. You know, after saying the head, we need to know the body now. Is it fast? Is this thing? What does it even carry? Does it have colors? All those things, you know. Is it busty? Does it have animations? All those things. Blah blah blah. They are going to be found in your body. Now, I'm going to quickly introduce you to one tag now, which is called the paragraph. Or let's call it headings. Yes, you are familiar with heading. It's also a tag. And I'm going to be telling you the meaning of all these things in my next video. I'm going to be talking about tags and all those things. Okay? Right, that's what we're going to be talking about, the HTML elements. You understand what I'm saying now? But for example now, like we also have another tag which is what? Heading. H1. You understand? If you go to this body now and you write H1 here now, it's an head just like the one you have in your Photoshop and all those things. H1 heading, you understand? Maybe if you are using WordPress, all those things. Now let me just write something now. I'll just write coding is fun. All right, don't forget, let's recap. I'm talking about the HTML structure now. You start with what? Doc type HTML, then you the line 2 is what? HTML with what? Your square, your less than and greater than sign, then the HTML tag will be inside. Then you also close it here again by putting this what's it called, slash sign here. Inside the HTML you have your head. The head will also have the opening and closing. Inside the head you have your title, because anything that is going to be on this head, it will not show on your browser page. As you have seen before, if you go to this page now, you see that nothing is showing on my browser page now. Nothing is showing here, right? Because the only thing I put there is the head, is inside the head. The title is inside the head, and it's not showing on the body. This is the body. Your content, you understand, is the body. You understand, and nothing is showing here for now. But now you can see this one now, that the title we put, just because we place it on the head, inside the in between the head tag, that is why it's not showing on the body here. It's only showing on the head. That's why you have it at the tip of your browser here. Now if I save this one that I did just now, I've moved to the body now. I know the body is after the head closing tag, and I've moved to the body now. Inside the body again, I have opening and closing, and I'll put an h1. H1 also has what? A closing tag, which is what? After writing the h1 with the less than and greater than, I put it inside. I also have to close it by writing the less than and slash sign and h1 sign and close it, right? Then inside this one now, and I have coding is fun. You understand? By the time I save this document now and I refresh my page, let's see what's going to happen. Oh, let's see. Wow, coding is fun. Can you see now? Yeah, I already have something in my side body. This is just the title, which is on the head, which is in between the head, and this is what the body now. The first thing you have in the body is what? The h1 tag, the header tag, which is what? Coding is what? Coding is fun. All right, I believe you are enjoying it. I believe you are enjoying it, and I wouldn't want to bore you so much. With this video. Please go and practice this. Create this index.html file. Follow the video. Play it once again. Play it repeatedly, and make sure that yes, you get this stuff. You understand? I don't want to bore you. And in my next video, we are going to be talking about a lot of stuff, right? Okay, fine. Before I end this video, let me chip in one more stuff again. We have paragraph, another tag. When I have paragraph, so for me to write a tag now, just write the less than. I'll write p. The paragraph is denoted by small letter p. I'll close it again. You know, can you see that there's a cursor blinking inside? If you are using VS Studio, once you just type that square, the less than, and put the p and close it, it already know how to end it for you. You understand what I'm trying to say now? So if your own is not doing that, let me know. And inside the paragraph now, let's just write something now. Let's just write, I love coding every day. It's a paragraph. By the time I save it now, it should come under the heading. Okay, let's go now. Let's refresh. Can you see now? I love coding every day. So all these are the body now. It carries the content of the site, whatever you want to do. You want to display image, you want to do blah blah, you want to display a button. It contains everything that your site needs to carry. That's the body, right? And that's, I hope you you grab one or two things in this video. Please, you must not miss my next video. I'm not imposing, please, but if you know you want to take this coding serious, please don't miss it. And if you don't want to miss my next video, if you are yet to subscribe, kindly click on the subscription button and click on the bell icon. If you subscribe already and you have not clicked on the bell icon, please do that so that you will not miss my next video. You understand? Because if you click on the bell icon, it will notify you whenever I post a next video. And please, I'm going to be posting a WhatsApp group link to join the coding class. I'm going to start very soon. This is the first video, so that you can also I can also carry you along and we can also relate. I want to know you, I want to meet you, I want to be of help. You understand? And don't forget to subscribe. Keep subscribing. For those of you that are subscribed, I love you all, and I say a very thanks to you. One love. I love you guys. Take care, and bye bye. See you in the next video, which is part 2. Thank you.